Well, I'll say my my father died before I was born,
Mm,
so um, all I really had was from him once I knew what father was a picture. I had a picture of him.
mhm.
My mom didn't tell me much that he had heart problems and that's how he died, um, and so I think the absence of my father, I don't know if I would say it was positive. Looking back, I know that everything that happened for a reason, right? All the things that took place along the journey of my life happened for a reason. While they were happening, I was like, why me? Why don't I have a father? I'm a good kid. I'm trying to do the best to help my mom out. Why is my life so empty? Because I think there's some things, as much as your mom wants to do, she just can't do.
Yeah.
Like she's my mom loved me. I believe she worked a lot. I mean, I was in charge of my siblings. I was raising kids before I even knew how to make one. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the absence was a wounding, right? And I think that people talk about the father wound, and so luckily my grandfather kind of like took in and took care of some of those roles. He kind of popped in. He was the pastor at the church we went to. I grew up in church like all the time, like not just Sundays. I'm talking about Tuesday prayer meeting, Wednesday Bible study, Friday choir rehearsal. Like I was a janitor on Saturdays when I became a teenager. So your grandfather's a pastor, you do a whole lot of extra. You're almost like a preacher kid, but you're the preacher grandkid, right? But it's almost like everybody's eyes are on you all the time, right? So there's not a lot of wiggle room in that, but yeah. So I would say my grandfather is probably who kind of helped in those ways. But he's only gonna do so much, I spent the night at his house as often as I could. My mom often didn't want me to spend the night at his house because she was gonna have to take care of them all of the kids by herself. So sometimes she would say no just for no reason,
Mhm.
right? She would make up some reason. No, you got to go do X, Y, Z. I'm like, all my chores are done. All my stuff is done. And I knew I wanted to get out of the house. I was clear about my mission, but she was clear about hers too. Like, no, you gonna come home and I'm gonna make up some work for you to do. Right? It was just like a. So I really tried to spend as much time with him as I could. He taught me how to build my first fence
Mm,
or my first concrete driveway.
mm.
Uh, like it was Saturday. Like sometimes I'll go to his house. I had to learn like, oh, you don't get to go to granddaddy's house and just rest. You think you're gonna sleep in? Because Saturday mornings, my mom was always like, let's get up. If you ain't sleeping, I ain't sleeping. You ain't sleeping. And so when I go to my granddaddy's house, I should think that I'll get a break. But it's a different kind of break, right? We doing chores. We out chopping trees, cutting fences. Like we're doing stuff, right? Like cutting the grass. And so it was like you don't get to rest, but you it's a different kind of rest. It's like I don't have anybody. There's one way for a mom to tell you how to do something and just kind of keep. There's nothing for your grandfather or a male figure to hold some presence for you. So yeah, that's a long answer, but that's the journey. There was no father in the home, but I think my grandfather stepped in as much as he could, even though he had his own family. And both of my nieces are younger than me, so he had young kids. So
Mm.
it was sometimes probably a little extra for him to be having me there, but he never made it seem like a burden.